vola anguela o veteranu ako itabua ako do talitaina na barong na Bula FM nambandu na sere
Bula alang gono ilutoka do talita ka Bula FM berarti nambandu na sere
ni Bula binaka nanreke ngosa Bula FM nga ena kasi
nalang gosa mundu achiwe na Bula FM nambandu na sere nusuri
ni Bula binaka nalang go Jerry yang melambasa do barong na Bula FM
Bula FM number 2 and seri.
In the news tonight, revealed taxi drivers fired for drug peddling. PM Bainimarama highlights urban drift issue. An immigration department battles high passport demand.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Smith.
8 taxi drivers from a base in Suva were recently fired for their alleged involvement in the peddling of illicit drugs, namely methamphetamine and marijuana. A taxi owner has exclusively revealed this, saying he will not tolerate illegal activities carried out by these drivers as it would tarnish the reputation of his company. The Fiji Taxi Association and the police force have welcomed the move, saying they're fighting a tough battle with drug peddlers. Kelly Vadala reports.
A taxi company in the capital city has laid the foundation for others to follow after some of its drivers were allegedly involved in the drug trade business.
I told them to better park the car. So I parked nearly about 8 cars. I don't have to ask anything. That's my car. I have to stop it. I have to park my car. Lately we got some of the, especially the young drivers. Especially the young drivers doing all those things. I don't want any problem for FIJIANS.
The Fiji Taxi Association has also jumped on board, saying drivers that are caught peddling drugs should be arrested and stripped of their license for good.
Taxi driver or howler is carrying any drugs or anything, he's supposed to be charged and off his payment immediately. They are public service vehicles. They're supposed to look after the customers proper way, not to carrying drugs or anything like that.
The police force says they continue to make drug arrests on a daily basis and will have no difficulty in bringing down taxi drivers who are on the wrong side of the law.
As we enter the festive season, all these things are factored into our operations, considering the movement of people into towns and cities, the criminal landscape, all these things that we look in, and that's when we apply certain strategies, of course, that we will not be able to divulge publicly.
Last week, a 27-year-old taxi driver of Sakotha was arrested along with 2 passengers as officers at the Langete roadblock discovered plastics containing dried leaves believed to be marijuana, smoking apparatus and more than $1,000 cash. For a long time, a number of public transport drivers, mainly taxi drivers, have been alleged to be involved in the drug peddling business. However, seems like slowly but surely, the long arm of the law, helped by civilians, is catching up to these culprits. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
There are many reasons behind urban drift, and Prime Minister Vurenge Bainimarama believes no matter what it is, investments and development should be done in a way that suits everybody. Speaking at the 7th session of the Asia-Pacific Urban Forum in Malaysia, Bainimarama says sustainable development goals can be achieved through proper planning and innovative thinking. Lena Rees has more.
The Pacific Island states are taking a proactive approach to face the issue of rapid urban population growth by advanced planning.
We in the Pacific have accepted that this is our new reality and recognize that planning of urban settlements and associated infrastructure, legislation, and capacity must keep up with and, in fact, get ahead of the pace of urbanization.
The Prime Minister also touched on the discussions held at the 5th Pacific Urban Forum that was held in Nadi earlier this year.
A great deal of time was spent discussing the critical need to preserve our social harmony in the face of urbanization. We highlighted the irreplaceable role of women and young people in producing and maintaining inclusive and prosperous cities.
The forum opened with a strong call for cities to take the lead in embracing a can-do spirit and driving sustainable development commitments across the region. Lena Rees, FBC News.
Fiji intends to deepen its bilateral relations with Malaysia. Prime Minister Vurenge Bainimarama met Malaysia's Minister for Housing and Local Government on the margins of the 7th Asia-Pacific Urban Forum in Penang, Malaysia. Bainimarama says one area Fiji aims to strengthen is local government. This as significant reform process, including the review of the local government, town and country planning legislation, is underway. The two ministers also discussed about the education system in Fiji, social welfare assistance and infrastructure. The Department of Immigration is fighting against time to complete the processing of new and pending passport applications. Director Nemani Vuniwanga says there are over 13,000 pending applications since February, and the number continues to increase. He adds these applications have to be re-enrolled into the new e-passport system, and staff are doing their best. Vuniwanga assured that as soon as all pending applications are re-enrolled, services will resume as normal.
The period of time that we had planned to cover all those, even the pending, and we couldn't do it within the time because of the fact that there are new applications that have been received and we have to re-enroll them. Therefore, everyone needs to go through that practice whereby one has to go through for the biometrics to be undertaken.
An incident on September 2nd, 2018, when it was alleged 26-year-old local rugby player Chosor police officers was not recorded in the diary of the Totongo police station. As the murder trial of two former officers continued into its third day, the High Court heard the testimony of Sergeant Pradeep Lal, who was on duty at the Totongo police station at the time.
Lal said at around 5 a.m. that day, the operations team, including Kelepi Kolonisau and Selematiko Enambure Vere, brought in Lalauvaki, his girlfriend, her sister and boyfriend. He said that he came out of the office when he heard the two women shouting, and then he saw Lalauvaki running towards then officer, Tiko Enambure Vere, and punched him. Lal said Tiko Enambure Vere dodged the punch and held Lalauvaki by his neck and pushed him to the ground. He testified Lalauvaki lay motionless on the ground while he and another officer ran towards the scene. He said Kolonisau then walked up to Lalauvaki and stomped on his stomach, who cried out in pain. Lalauvaki, kneeling and limping, was assisted into the police station charge room. Lal testified that he had asked Lalauvaki, the three others with him and the police officers if they wanted to lodge any report. However, they all said no. Lalauvaki died at the CWM hospital a month later as a result of injuries. Former police officers Kelepi Kolonisau and Selematiko Enambure Vere are charged with murder. The trial continues tomorrow. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
Up ahead, no government funding for waste energy venture. And all applications for British Army will be considered. Details after the break.
Hi, Bula. I'm Selai from Nandi. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hi, my name is Sotiama here in Ba. We love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, I'm Miri. I'm from Lotoka and I love Gold FM because they play all my classic hits.
Hi, my name is Fiona from Tavua and I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hi, I'm Ini from Rakiraki. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
As the government explores a potential partnership with the waste-to-energy company, it's been made clear that any new investor will not be getting any cash up front. The Ministry of Environment and Infinite Power Corporation have an agreement that setting up plants and machinery will be paid for by the investor. Edwin Nunn reports.
If confirmed, it's a partnership worth tens of millions of dollars, but no taxpayer money will go into getting the business off the ground.
We don't want to be waiting for anybody else, like the government, to have to come up with funding. So we've got our own funding. We just needed the okay from the minister that we want to move forward with this, and then we're shipping it over.
Minister for Environment Dr. Mahendra Reddy also confirms the government's only commitment is to provide land to Infinite Power Corporation to set up its waste-to-energy plants. The investor will also have to provide options for waste management in rural and maritime areas.
What are we doing in terms of rubbish disposal in rural areas? So now it is easier for him to operate in an urban area. The space is small, the volume is large.
The venture will only get going once background checks come clean and cabinet approval is given. The MOU expires in 90 days, after which the decision will be made by both parties whether to go ahead. Edwin Nand, FBC News.
The British Army recruitment panel needs time to vet and select eligible Fijians who have applied to join the British Armed Forces. British High Commissioner to Fiji, Melanie Hopkins, says a great number of applications were received during the recruitment drive carried out a few months ago. Chasai Nanunga with the story.
Hopkins has denounced social media posts which stated that applications received will not be considered.
So British Army recruitment is still open for all of the armed services. Some people at the moment are getting a message to say that application is on hold. This is just because there's been such a high volume of applications received that we're still working through all of them. So it will take a little while.
Royal British Legion General Manager Merwole Sindewalangilangi says over 600 applications were received from Fiji alone.
So far, the update, we've been informed that it's on hold until they've cleared all the backload until December, and then probably reissue the new dates, and also the application will be, it'll be on again till next year January.
With the first batch of applications currently being considered, Fijians are encouraged to apply again once a green light is given by the British Army recruitment team. Chosei Nanunga, FBC News.
Chemotherapy is a painful process for those diagnosed with cancer, but 61-year-old Teresia Tokona did not think twice when she was advised by the doctors to undergo treatment. Tokona says her sister died from cancer in 2017 because she didn't take the disease seriously, and because of this, opting to go for chemotherapy was not a difficult decision to make. Kelly Vathala reports.
Herbal medicine and massage was the first step that Teresia Tokona took when her left breast started bleeding. But once the doctors advised her otherwise, she immediately sought medical attention.
I was thinking this is just a boil, and I had to go to a lady for massaging. It turned out to be an open wound. When it was an open wound, I had to go to Walele Health Center for dressing. I thought it was just a wound.
This cancer survivor says she remained positive throughout her treatments with the hope that she will be given a second chance at life.
My grandchildren they need not come near me or touch me when I'm sweat. One day, my grandson came to me. That was after my husband shaved my hair. And he came to me and he said, "Boo, what is this? Is the egg?"
Tokona stressed positive vibes from close relatives is always helpful.
Anything that is extraordinary in that you see, that is happening to your breast, you need to go straight to the doctor.
Teresia Tokona is now cancer-free. She underwent surgery when a team of medical doctors came from New Zealand in April. Kelly Vathala, FBC News.
The stage is set for the annual Mirchi FM Radio Fiji 2 Disco, Dandia and Gaba Night. The event attracts Fijians who enjoy dancing. Programs manager Shami Lochin says this is an opportune time families have ahead of Diwali. The event will be hosted at Damoda City from 6 p.m. until 10 p.m. on Saturday.
Come and dance Garba, come and watch those dance groups competing with each other. Like I said, Dandiya is getting bigger and bigger every year. We have interest even from Western Division. People are calling us from North, and we are expecting huge crowd this year.
And it's business time now with Kelly.
Thanks, Jackie. Coming up after the break. Steady profit growth for Kontiki Finance. And in Growing Fiji, President stresses on importance of healthy diet. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Shamiza. And I'm Salma. We're from Nandi and we love Mirchi FM because it's hot.
My name is Rajnita Lata and I'm from Vatulaloba. और हम सब मिर्ची FM सुनता है because it's hot.
Hi, my name is Vinita. I'm from Lambasa. I love listening to Mirchi FM. It's number one.
हमारा नाम सागर रेड्डी है। हम लोग स्कूल में, हम लोग घर में और कहीं भी रहता हम लोग खाली मिर्ची एफएम सुनता। गौल टाउन तावा में मिर्ची एफएम दागो मामा।
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Trading business Kontiki Finance Limited has recorded a steady growth of their profit. The company recorded $9.3 million profit this year, an increase of 75% when compared to last year. The Kontiki Finance chair says the percentage increase is due to the increase in loans. The profit has enabled the company to return dividends of 5.5% per share to shareholders during the year. The group also attained a return on shareholders' equity of 43% for the year.
Last year, 2018, we made a profit of $3.7 million. This year, that was increased to $9.3 million. So that is a very considerable increase. And that is due to a lot of factors, but primarily the aggressive, efficient manner in which we have operated.
And Sinifa from HFC Bank now joins us with the latest from the money world.
Let's look at the latest in the forex market. The Kiwi dollar rose in this morning's trading after a round of rosy local inflation data crossed the wires. In the third quarter, New Zealand CPI clocked in at 1.5% on the year versus the expected 1.4%. Quarter over quarter, inflation accelerated 0.7% versus the 0.6% anticipated. The Japanese yen initially weakened yesterday due to hopes Britain will avoid a messy no-deal Brexit. But those gains were countered in Asia today by growing disappointment with U.S. efforts to scale back its trade war with China. The British pound fell from its highest level in almost 5 months versus the US dollar today. The investors are starting to question their optimism about Britain's negotiations to leave the European Union. Without a Brexit deal, trade from Britain that previously inflowed unhindered across the EU's single market would be subject to customs tariffs and safety inspections, which many fear would cause economic turmoil. That's all for now from HFC Bank, Vinaka.
Thanks, Sinifa. Here today's exchange rates as said this morning. The ongoing China-US trade war and the imminent exit of Britain from the EU continues to erode confidence. The Fiji dollar rose against the Chinese yuan, the Australian dollar and the Japanese yen, but slipped slightly against the US and Kiwi dollars as well as the euro and the yen. Looking at the commodities market. Oil prices fell slightly to just under $53 per barrel. Gold continued its descent to 1,482 and silver closed down at 1744. In growing Fiji, Fijians today rely heavily on cheap processed foods and have moved away from traditional plant-based diets, says President Major General retired Chochi Konrote. With the theme Our Health, Our Actions, Healthy Diets for a Zero Hunger World for this year's World Food Day, Konrote joined the food and agriculture organizations to urge Fijians to move towards healthy diet. Eleanor Torangavi reports.
Globalization, urbanization, income growth and lifestyle have dramatically changed our eating habits, hence our health is affected.
We have also moved from seasonal, mainly plant-based and fiber-rich dishes to diets that are high in refined starches, sugar, fats, salt, processed foods, meat and other animal source products.
The country's champion on NCDs, the President, Major General retired Chochi Konrote, says today some sections of our society suffer from overweight, underweight, obesity, as well as micronutrient deficiency because of our food choices.
Fiji is blessed with abundant local and fresh vegetables, fruits and crops that are available all the year round. Now, having fresh local crops is one thing, but actually consuming these fresh foods is a different matter altogether.
According to the Food and Agriculture Organization, the world is facing a crisis of extremes. Approximately 820 million people suffer from hunger, while 830 million people are obese. Eleanor Turangaiviu, FBC News.
And that's it from Business Tonight. Sports is up next with Jamie.
Nakakeli, up ahead in sports. Flying Fijians rest up before next assignment. And Fiji Rugby League got to stamp their mark in inaugural World Cup nines. This and more coming up.
Natango Maria, Maramani Waya Manatuya Sawa,
Weti gitu tunde nandi ya undo marata kana baronga na Radio FIJIANS.
Yawo asna da tili yawo maga Monica. Tondo baronga vale bunar domo ibiti lambasa.
Bula nadango aprosa ngarse go erkraki. Do televe ono baronga na Radio FIJIANS na domo ibiti.
Nadango tsane bukia ongoni na mosi. Ando talita kana baronga na Radio FIJIANS na domo ibiti so.
Radio FIJIANS na domo ibiti.
After a hectic month at the Rugby World Cup in Japan, the Flying Fijians are happy to rest and relax before getting back to the thick of things. For some, it's a short turnaround before heading back to their clubs, while others will wait for selection to play against the Barbarians next month. Faria Begum has more.
Captain Domenico Wanganimburotu has hinted there is uncertainty in the selection of some players in the Fiji Barbarian squad.
The Barbarians in November test next month is unsure on certain levels because it's not in the international window. So, the players are going to be available, but it depends on the club and a player relationship. So, we're just going to wait on that.
For fly half Ben Volavola, all he wants to do for now is recover from the World Cup.
It's not too sure how that's going to work out and see when the time comes, but for right now it's just really getting my body back to shape and having a good break and just recovering mentally as well.
It's only relaxation for 29-year-old Semi Kunatani, who will be in the country for the next 2 weeks.
Moment, I'm not really sure about what is coming up next. So I'm just focusing on relaxing the next 2 weeks, and if they call up my name on the next game against the Barbarians, so it'll be a bonus.
The Flying Fijians versus the Barbarians match will take place on the 10th of next month. Faria Begum, FBC Sports.
The All Blacks may be front-runners for the William Webb Ellis Trophy, but their quarter-final opponents, Ireland, have proven they can stop the world champions. The Irish have beaten the All Blacks twice in their last 3 meetings, but never at a World Cup. The Fiji Rugby League Nines have assembled in Sydney, Australia for the inaugural World Nines tournament this weekend. The team features 5 local players and a number of current NRL stars, including Micah Sivo, Wanga Blake, Suliasi Vunivalu, and William Kikau. Fiji National Rugby League Acting Chief Executive Don Latambe is optimistic of Fiji's chances at the World Cup, given it is an abbreviated version of the sport and much like Sevens Rugby.
Most of our players are from the NRL competition. We're lucky to have Kevin Egam come and join the team and also captain the team to the World Cup of Nines.
You can watch the Rugby League World Cup Nines tournament live and exclusive on the FBC Sports channel from 7:30 p.m. this Friday. Fijian bodybuilders are on the move. Jordan Pillay will represent Fiji at the South Pacific Bodybuilding Championship in New Caledonia next weekend, while Zainal Reddy competes in New Zealand this weekend. Both athletes look forward to their respective competitions and representing Fiji on an international stage. Sabe Wanga with the details.
Jordan Pillay started his bodybuilding journey after spending a week in hospital.
When I was lying in hospital, I was looking at my friend's progress in bodybuilding and in fitness, and I was lying there, and then my partner caught me, and she told me, she said, what are you going to do about it now? You're looking at these people, what are you going to do about it? Why don't you get up and start doing something about it? And then that's what motivated me and pushed me and drive me to start my training.
The former Mr. Fiji will be representing Fiji on the international stage for the first time and has thanked his friends and family for the support.
My bodybuilding career has been really successful and really boosting up. And I believe that there's a lot of potential in Fiji too. And there should be more competitors that come up. You never know, the sport can be really big in Fiji. I have been a champion at my home. And now I'm stepping out of my comfort zone, going to compete in New Caledonia. So I'm a bit nervous, but I'm bringing my A game and hope to get the gold back.
Meanwhile, rival Zainal Reddy will be traveling to New Zealand this weekend to compete in the International Federation of Bodybuilding and Fitness competition in Hamilton. This is the first time the 21-year-old will be competing in New Zealand.
All just came from years of research. I've been training for a while now, so everything I do is I just set them up. I did a lot of research. I've talked to the higher people from the IFBB, all the pros. I've took advice from them, and that's how I just got to learn stuff over the years, so I'm just doing everything by myself.
Zainal Reddy will compete in New Zealand this Saturday, while Jordan Pillay will participate at the Pacific Bodybuilding Championships in New Caledonia next Saturday. Save Waga, FBC Sports.
Combating non-communicable diseases is one of the main aims of Suva Netball Association's Business House competition this year. President Timaima Vulimaila says since its inception 4 years ago, the netball competition has promoted a healthier work environment. Faria Begum with this report.
Business houses competing at the event over the years have seen a significant increase in the performance of their workers.
Last 3 years that we've been running in business house, we've seen friendship grow, and they are always trying to interact with each other, and it has grown. It's not just the ladies' sports now. We've seen men come out to play.
Timaima Vulimaila says another major achievement is that there is a healthier relationship at work among colleagues.
We've seen a lot of change in some of their behaviors in the workforce when they are fit to continue to work, and it should really reduce a lot of attendance in the workforce, or injuries, or health-wise. So we've actually seen the beneficial of that.
Fiji Sports Council netball team rep Elena McDonald says such competitions have socially benefited their organization.
You can't go wrong with sport. It does everything to assist anyone socially, and it takes you out of the office and then you're in a more comfortable environment.
28 teams from various business houses will take part in this year's Business House competition, which begins from next Tuesday. Faria Begum, FBC Sports.
That's it from sports tonight. Angie joins you later on with weather, but coming up in new media, Apple is set to release a dirt cheap iPhone next year. Join Jackie with the details right after this break.
हमारा नाम उमेश कुमार, हम देता है लेबू और रेडियो फिजियन हरदम सुनता है, बहुत पुराना गाना लगे और बहुत रोचक सुनता है, बहुत अच्छा लगे हमको।
उमेश चंद्रा और कांता चंद्रा हमारा वाइफ है। हम लोग रेडियो फिजी 2 बहुत सुंदर से सुनता है, बहुत अच्छा प्रोग्राम, नंबर 1 रेडियो।
कुमार स्वामी नायक है, गोंगो लेबू लटोका रेडियो फिजी 2 में पुराना गाना लगे, हमें बहुत अच्छा लगे।
कुमार नाकाफी में रहता है, रेडियो फिजी 2 सुनता है।
रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
In new media, Apple is set to release a dirt cheap iPhone in 2020. And Angie joins us now with the latest in weather.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. A broad and slow-moving band of rain continues to affect all parts of the nation, which means there is an absolute chance of showers tonight. Now, looking at the weather in the west, after a wonderful day, we can expect light showers to occupy the evening. Eastwards from Pakaba to Suva, well, showers again and more likely. And up north, after a fine day, rain is expected to spread throughout. At sea, southeast winds 15 to 20 knots, moderate to rough seas. For the tides, high tide tonight will be at 8:07 with low tide at 2:28 a.m. Sunrise will be at 5:36. For tomorrow, it will be a wet start to the day as overnight rain moves in. Tomorrow's temps, it will be cool in the low 30s. Perfect time to do your Diwali shopping as it won't be too muggy or sticky. And looking further on to Friday, honestly, I've never met a Friday I didn't like. Anyways, sunny spells will take the spotlight. And that's all the weather from the Weather World. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. In Fijian Pulse, we asked, do you agree with John McKee's statement that he should be given another 4 years with the Flying Fijians?
Should not continue with his contract. It's better for him to take another Fijian coach so that the players could understand that the main thing is the language.
He need to resign from his post because of wrong players they put to play with Uruguay. Yes.
The coaching staff. If the performance of the players are not up to that standard, that means the coaching panel is not doing their job.
I think John McKee should resign from the Fiji team
because Fiji didn't do well in the Rugby World Cup.
I think he should stay.
I think he should go because he can't deliver at the Rugby World Cup.
I think he should be given a chance again. He knows that he might do a better job in the next World Cup.
In the world of the weird and the wonderful, take a look at this Egyptian coffee house, which features an array of strange sculptures and art. Recapping the main stories for tonight, taxi drivers fired for drug peddling. PM Bainimarama highlights urban drift issue. An immigration department battles high passport demand. For these stories and others, tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. Our poll question, we're asking, should all public service vehicles undergo a thorough test monthly? Visit our FBC website to answer. And our shot of the day, today's contribution was made by Flori Turanga. The picture was taken at Mid-Road in Suva after early morning heavy rain. And you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj, via Facebook page FBC News or our Twitter page at FBC_news. You can also hashtag FBC News. That was the FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, stay safe. Good night.
Here in Tavwa, we love Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Bulaminaka, I'm Linda Fong. I studied Suva. I love listening to Today FM because they play latest music and they rock.
Hi, my name is Asnate. I'm from Ba. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Bula, I'm Makereta from Nandi. We love listening to Today FM. Here in Nandi, it rocks.
Hi, I'm Shania. I'm from Lotoka and I love Today FM and it rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.